Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Tonight's scene will begin with Maeve briskly, even running actually, not out of desperation or fear, but instead out of excitement in her hurry to make it to uh, Kachina's casino. It may have taken a little asking around to figure out where the place was, and it may potentially even take bribing or more likely begging someone to give her a ride. But sooner or later, she will come through the doors. After all, this place is open all hours. And so she will hunt around and eventually probably approach one of the staff at the door, asking if Kachina is in residence, simply because, well, let's hope that's actually his name, because it's the only name that she has to go by.
Well, luckily enough, after the main greeter at the door is just like, "Welcome, hi, come on in, enjoy our facilities," and people are walking around, with drinks on platters and whatnot, taking orders, and people making change, and like a zillion video cameras everywhere.
She'll
Because this
actually
is,
be in awe for at least a moment at the magnitude of the place. It always seems to shock her when the crew are so well adapted to normal life that they can have normal things or even better than normal things.
And then when you ask around, they'll bring you to a security guard person who will look you up and down and then nod and open a back door, and you'll lead through some hallways and to an elevator. He presses the button for the elevator, just stands there kind of saying nothing, waiting, and then he opens it up. And then he motions you to go in. He reaches inside and presses PH, and then he stands back outside and just watches as the door closes, and then there's a nice little elevator ride.
She will be perfectly polite through the process and nod and thank the man as the doors are closing.
And then the doors open, and you're looking into a very large room. It's got like one of those vestibule hallway things that opens up into a large room with glass windows on the other side. Very large ones, not like whole wall ones, but pretty big windows. And you can literally see Kachina at the end sitting behind the desk. It's a really large mahogany desk, really opulent kind of thing, and there's art pieces along the way and whatnot of Native American heritage on the walls and on little pillars going down, displaying them. And he looks up and he motions you to come down the hallway to see him.
She'll wish, at least for a moment, that she had the ability to see the spirits of things, even in the material realm. Mostly just because, well, this is Kachina, and while these are pieces of art, the older ones, for all she knows, are in some way alive. And she'll appreciate the fact as she totters down the hall and comes over, and if anything, she's not quite vibrating with excitement, but she's energetic, and so she'll come to greet him and kind of glance over to make sure she's not interrupting.
No, there's no one else in the room. He gets up from the desk and he walks around and he says, "Hello," and he holds out his hand and shakes your hand. "How can I help you today?"
She'll go through the gesture and smile. I learned about something, and can I like talk in here? Is that okay? I mean, there's no one here,
about
but
the place we usually hang out?
sort of.
Then give me one moment. And then he goes around and grabs a little clicker off out of a little drawer and presses it. And second panes of glass come up over the glass. They're much, much thicker and tinted. And as they finally go into place and then tint out by anodizing electricity through them, that causes them to go dark, just like a computer screen. And then some soft music starts playing, and there's a little bit of a buzzing sound that goes through the room. Then a little light goes on the little handhold, and he puts it down and goes, "Okay, we are free to talk now without interruption. What can Kachina do for you today, Maeve?"
Her eyes actually go wide through the process, and she'll look around and watch everything move into place and darken, and the music come on, and she'll look at him and go, "It's just like a movie, like a spy movie."
Yes. When I was running for mayor, I had some things installed and some things improved so that should anything arise that I needed to talk about business, that no listening devices would be able to hear us, or any supernatural beings as well. Right now, if they were trying to listen in, they would get what's equivalent to dog whistles times 1,000 in their ears.
Wow. So I kind of feel silly now, but I was talking to Cinna and to Lucas, and she showed us this horn she has. And it's a horn that she can blow if she's ever in trouble, that we will hear and we will come to aid her.
Yes.
Well, Lucas doesn't have one, and I thought that maybe I would be able to get one for him, or you could show me how. They said it came from a spirit, so it doesn't sound like something I should just have to go and ask someone for. It sounds like I would have to go and ask one of them for one.
First, you would have to craft the horn that would be given to Lucas. And then once that is finished, if you wish to imbue it with the spirit so that Lucas could call on it so that we would hear wherever he is, you would have to negotiate with the spirit. This is true, yes.
Oh. She actually looks kind of startled by the idea that they have to make it first. So, I didn't know that. I thought, it was covered in peacock feathers and all sorts of colors. I thought maybe the spirit had just given it to him. Okay.
No, the person who made them put their particular slant on what they wished them to look like. And then the spirit that they asked will also somewhat influence how it looks.
Does it have to be a horn? Could it be a pipe or a flute?
It has to be horn-shaped, as far as I know.
Oh. She kind of wilts a little. I don't know how to make that. I can make something that looks vaguely the right shape, but I don't know how to make a horn, like a real horn.
Well, Kachina could assist you.
She'll brighten up again. Perks right back up. Did you make all the instruments you used the other day? Or earlier?
Yes.
She brightens even more.
There's my roll for my knowledge, because my computer won't show my stupid dice roller for some reason.
Oh, that's right. You have to show it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. For some reason, my computer's decided. There we go.
Ah, there it is.
That's working, eh?
You win.
Yes, Kachina made all the things that you saw yesterday, and many more things besides that.
Would it be selfish of me to ask you to help me make one?
No. The path to learning is to admit at one point that one knows nothing about something and must, in fact, do it by trial and error, or must have someone show them how to do it. There is no fault for admitting that one does not know something. Kachina has to say this many times to elders that he does not know things and asks for assistance from their wisdom.
It seems kind of strange to think that you don't know about something. She'll, just look at him. It's a very frank and honest kind of thing to say.
There's many things to know about, just like in the real world. Kachina knows how to turn the computer on, and Kachina knows how to access certain programs. But if you asked Kachina to program the computer, he would be lost. And if you asked Kachina to make the chip, he would again be lost. It is not shameful to say they not know how to do something. There is many, many things that are to be known.
Well, that makes sense, right?
Yes, even in our own circles, there is secrets that certain tribes keep from other tribes. Special permission is given, so certain secrets is not known to others. I did not say it is a good thing. I'm just stating a fact, by the way.
Kind of shrugs. It seems like there's enough static between the tribes that kind of makes sense, really. It's sad that it's true, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She was thoughtful for a second. What would I make it out of?
Well, this is again up to you. I personally have seen horns of this type made out of ram's horns from tree stumps, from beaten materials. I have seen it made out of many things. Fish bone carving, even. What would speak to you to make this out of that you would gift this upon the kinfolk?
Well, I guess if I was carving it for him, or finding a way to make it for him, I would want it to look like a unicorn's horn if he is a son of unicorn. I don't know if that would work for a horn, though, so the
Yes, it
shape
could.
seems like it would be wrong.
I do believe there is straight horns that are used.
I guess there are, actually. She's really digging, but she's thinking and nodding a little bit. Yeah, I guess there are, because didn't some old horns when they were presenting people or calling hunts, weren't they straight? That makes
Yes.
sense.
He sits down at a computer and types. Yes. Bull's horns. They're a little bent, but straight. Yes, there is. A bugle type.
Yes. I guess it would have to be
And he
kind of
literally
like a
turns the
bugle.
screen around to show you like pictures that he just Googled.
Does he seem proud of himself for managing to Google them?
Nope. Just kind of matter of fact. It's just it's not like the greatest thing. He's not like a lupus or anything. He was born
Okay.
human.
True.
There is even a wood one that is slightly curved. And he's like scrolling down. I don't see too many that look like unicorn horns. Wooden trumpet. Wind instrument.
I imagine it would have to be made out of wood unless there are things that grow horns so long and straight that they could be carved with a mouthpiece.
No, usually if you carved it, it would be tusks. If you wanted an animal's horns that are straight, that might have a chance of doing that. There is ones in Africa, I do believe, he says.
She'll finally kind of, again, perk up a bit, because these are things she's not thinking of her own, but once he puts the idea out there, she's clearly recalling it and going, oh, there are, aren't there?
I believe they are called oryx. And they do have horns that are 3 times the size of your finger at the base. A black and white faced deer-like animal.
Would it be so long that it would be hard for him to carry? Guess I could always.
Well, you would cut off the top part so it would be shorter and put in a mouthpiece.
Yes. I don't know where I would get that. Even on the internet, I'm pretty sure they're expensive. And before, I probably could have asked Travis for anything, but I don't think Travis and I are on good terms right now. And I would feel, well, I would like to not ask him for things. And I'm pretty sure that I would feel wrong doing that after I yelled at him. Maybe I'd have to carve it out of wood. Probably be. I will.
So he types in buying onyx horns. Pendants, tusks, pendants. No, 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 no.
Huh.
It looks like they're mostly tusk-shaped things.
Or better yet, I guess I can just link it in here. Haha. Out of game cheating.
There we go. We offer horns of African antelopes loose and pairs or on skull plates. Price of items US $25.
What?
$25. $30.
Wow. That's.
45.
I thought it was going to be a lot more.
It's reprehensible, but not expensive. Yes, like that.
I would hope that they were not merely hunted for the horn. I mean, they are essentially giant deer. You can hope that they were hunted properly.
But that's where our contacts come in, my dear. We can make sure that the horns are scavenged off the deceased carcass of one that was hunted by a lion.
We can?
Yes.
I didn't know you would know that much about where they were getting them, but
Well, it's my business to get into other people's businesses about knowing about things.
it seems like a good thing to actually get in someone's business about, really.
I don't have one currently, but that doesn't mean I can't quickly acquire one. I don't have a lack of funds, and he raises his hand to the office.
Is there anything I can
get? We can get you one that's basically been hunted by a lion, and they won't eat the horn, so they'll just take the skull plate off and ship it to us. And then you can do a rite of prayer for it, and thanks for giving its horns to you, as well as for the food for the lion. And then you can carve a horn out of it. And heck, you can carve two. You got two. And
She's
then
nodding appropriately.
And then you can negotiate with the spirit for imbuing them to act as signal colors for the kin and present them as you see fit.
I really like this now that I'm learning about it. It's nice to be able to do it that way. Is there something I can do to repay you for getting this for me?
Yes, actually. He thought for a second and then was like, yes, actually you can. When the time comes, if you could speak for me on my behalf to a particular spirit, it would be most beneficial.
What spirit?
He just kind of nods and
Sorry, I missed a bit of that.
shakes it a little bit. Oh, he basically does a little tilt of the head and points his finger out, and he's like, now you're catching on. And he smiles.
What? I want to know. How can I do it if I don't know who to speak to?
Well, you'll be there with me speaking to the spirit.
I will.
Yes.
Happily.
Now, for your knowledge, it is good that you asked. You are learning. It is Loon herself that I wish to speak to.
Oh. I will.
You have great affiliation with her, it seems.
Well, I do a glowy thing, and that seems good.
Yes.
I don't know really how much that means, but if it will help you, then I will do it.
It will. It may lessen the deed I must do in order to win her favor.
Because when you are working with a new spirit, you must earn their favor before they will do what you ask of them. And this will make that deed easier. All right.
Yes. You remember what I said. This is also good.
She nods. I'm learning as much as I can, as fast as I can, and this is something I like to learn about, more than some other things.
For instance, soon I'm going to have to go to, I guess, Chase's the storm. Our mother. Ask them for knowledge about certain things that are going on in the city so I may acquaint myself with how to work peacefully with others that are in the city.
Blink. You're doing that vague thing.
Yeah. He kind of nods. I am. Habit.
I don't suppose asking you to be less vague will actually work.
It will confuse you with my answer. It's not that I wish to be vague. So long as you keep that in mind, I will answer.
What people would you have to learn to work with that you don't already know how to?
Were-rats.
Really?
Yes.
Like they're here in the city?
Yes.
And I guess they don't like us much considering we decided to rage murder all sorts of other changers.
Sort of. They have their own agendas as well.
Well, if we are the teeth and claws of Gaia, what are the rats?
I don't know. Hence why I will have to speak with Chase's or Mother L to find out more about them. She has a great affiliation with them.
Oh. I still haven't met her.
She has been indisposed of late. Yes, I'm being vague again. Apologize.
A lot of people seem to be mysteriously indisposed, but no one's looking for them, so I don't know what to expect.
She was around here. The spirits brought punishment upon her as the acting leader of our sept. It caused her to go into a deep sleep after being troubled with altered states of mind, and awoke much later when we corrected the issue.
Oh. Well, all right.
Just trying to find the words to put it delicately.
You know, if you asked Garrett, he would say everyone's being too delicate.
Well, she is, Raya, to me, well above my station in years as an honored elder, if I was to call her such, from a tribe, and an honored elder as in the Guru Nation.
Oh, no, I thought you were being delicate to not tell me things that would upset me. Everyone else seems to be, so
No,
I
just
assumed
putting it
incorrectly.
delicately. I suppose one day I shall take on traits that she has as well.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Both. With certain knowledges, even our fortified minds to certain things are strained.
Oh,
So depending on what you want to know about does affect you eventually.
huh. I guess I didn't even think about it. Everyone said that your body comes back together no problem, but I guess our minds wouldn't.
Yes, it's a much more difficult process to heal the mind than it is the body. And for us, even more so, because our bodies will regenerate and we will remember things that even a normal person would not, because they would not have lived through it.
That's very true.
Although there is another kinfolk, Dr. Mega, who currently possesses the ability to cure sicknesses of the mind. It is a great gift, so
I
it
think
does
I live
not,
in his home.
yeah, it does not come without prices on him as well, though.
Oh,
But Guy has seen fit to bestow upon him these powers, so I will not question. I will just watch and ensure that he stays safe as possible.
that seems like the thing to do.
If you wish, as I said, I have given you a key to a room here. You can be assured privacy and delicacy involving matters, and should trouble occur, you won't have to answer too many questions about what happened.
I appreciate that a lot, actually.
At best, it will be, what was it? Your answer is Banes or Tainted or Leeches. We'll shrug our shoulders, fix it, and be like, we're glad you are injured.
You and yours are very kind then.
Yes, I do have several werewolves in my employ that are backdoor guards, and the kinfolk downstairs who watch over things, as well as all the awakened computers.
Wow.
But if that is all your questions, I will see that they will get delivered. I must get back to my work,
Thank you very
unfortunately.
much, Kachina Raya.
No problems. I usually have more time when I'm around the sept. This is business. It takes a certain amount of time, unfortunately.
Well, I appreciate that you put it on hold for me.
Yes, and like I said, if you ever need physical possessions, I can easily acquire them for you.
And I will make sure that I repay the favor as much as I can.
Well, trust me, it's not as much favor as you think. I am just taking dumb white man's money back from them. He kind of laughs at that as he walking back to his desk. No offense, of course.
She shrugs. Well, in that case, we shall end our scene with Kachina going back to his work and Maeve leaving with a certain sense of accomplishment. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. And we will see you next time on Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.